Well, in LBGT news, well, other news other than the Tennessee bullcrap I covered earlier tonight, which just sickens me, comes a lot of news actually. Um, First, we had Chick-fil-A deciding that they are not going to, or at least being found out that they are no longer donating to some of the biggest anti-gay activist groups out there. They're still anti-gay, and they still give to some organizations, but not ones that actually have advocacy power. So there's that. I'm still not going to eat at your restaurant, but there's that. But now the Boy Scouts seem like they're coming a bit to their senses. Maybe to throw us off the scent of all of the unreported, improperly handled sexual abuse scandals that they had, which, by the way, did not have anything to do with gays in their ranks. I know some of you out there still conflate pedophilia with homosexuality, and you're an idiot. I digress. Boy Scout leaders in talks to end gay ban. If board approved, change could be announced next week. After many years and much controversy, the Boy Scouts of America is close to ending its ban on gay members. Scouting officials and other sources tell NBC News that the new policy being considered would dump the ban from the national organization's rules. But local chapters would still have the freedom to decide whether to accept gay scouts. Then parents would be able to choose a local unit which best meets the needs of their families, end quote, says a spokesperson for discussing it. You know, here's an organization, much like the military, that spent millions of dollars doing studies trying to see if homosexuality was a problem within the ranks. Unlike the military, when the Boy Scouts found out that it was not something that would affect the Boy Scouts of America, they still decided to go with the ban, or to keep the ban going and enforce it as if it had any bearing on any of the lives of these children whatsoever in terms of the gay being in their organization. Meanwhile, thousands upon thousands of either mishandled or unreported cases of child molestation was going on. Just like in the military, where thousands upon thousands of rapes of men and in some cases, women and in some cases men were going on in the military, while their focus was squarely on the gays. Am I the only one who sees a priority problem here? When I have, again, links are in my playlist on my channel page to my playlist about pedophilia, which does debunk and delve into the non-link between homosexuality and pedophilia. And in fact, one of the newer revisions trying to be proposed for the DSRM, the what do you call it? The dynastic manual of the way that we diagnose, or at least the Bible for psychology on what to diagnose people as, is trying to actually create a new sexuality classification based off the evidence that pedophilia is indeed an inherent sexuality and is not merely a choice. But you're not simply a straight person who prefers or is interested in children. You're a pedophilic homosexual, a pedophilic heterosexual, a pedophilic transgendered, or a pedophilic asexual, and on and on and on. But again, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother thing. The point is, while you're lollygagging around trying to find this evil of homosexuality in your organizations, both the military and in the Boy Scouts, people, children, women, mothers, sisters, brothers, all that were being hurt, harmed, raped, for God's sakes, or molested, while you were focused on homosexuality and its dangers or threats to your organization. The only danger or threat that it posed was to the face of your organizations. You didn't want to come out as being gay friendly because it would hurt you with the organizations that you treasure more over the well-being or the qualifications of these gay scoutmasters and these children. Just like how the gays are not raping men in the military, typically by and large it's situational rapists who generally aren't gay themselves, just situational rapists. There's a hole, I've got buddies, I'm going to rape a guy. This is why this topic matters. It's not about promoting homosexuality or any sort of agenda. It's about how destructive to everybody, men, women in the military, and children in the Boy Scouts, this witch hunt for homosexuality has been in these organizations. You cannot at all justify the ends or the means when people are being sexually mistreated in both these organizations while you were lollygagging around about, oh, whatever are we to do about these homosexuals? You sicken me. Oh, but no, you're the moral majority. You're the moral people. You're the people I should be listening to for my moral compass. You and your God. I'm sorry. This disgusts me. That you would stand by while knowingly allowing people to be harmed, to go after something that's not harming people at all. You know, to use my newer analogy, it would be like giving the death penalty to people who use pot and yet letting people go in mass who do speed and heroin and cocaine. You're going after the people who are doing things that are non-harmful to themselves or the people around them. Well, the smoke can be harmful, but I'm not going to get into the 1 or 2 health risks you have with smoking marijuana versus, injecting yourself with heroin and the actual physiological problems inherent therein. But this is a running theme, isn't it? Let's go after the thing that's innocuous and ignore the thing that actually can cause harm, danger, or death, right? But no, that's socially progressive. That's socially responsible, right? Because, you know, them queers, them's given the gays to our kids because that's how that works. Because gay is a transmittable disease, right? That if they sneeze anywhere near your kids will automatically be gay, because how else can you explain your child becoming gay? You know, because it's not natural. And anyone who says we see it in nature with animals is lying, because the jury's still out. I'm tired of repeating myself. I'm tired of my analogy, as cartoonish as it is, being the rule, not the exception. I feel like I'm the sanest person around at times, and I hate that feeling, because then that, more than guns, or violent video games, or gays, scares me. Because you people aren't thinking straight. You don't have your priorities straight. And while you sit on your hands, going after spending millions of dollars that we could use for other things on studies to tell you what we already know, you're sitting by while people are being hurt in one of the deepest ways possible. You have no respect in my eyes. Neither of these organizations have much respect in my eyes for what they have done to men, to women, to children. But the fact that they're willing to lift it, that they're considering it, elevates them at least a bit in my eyes. But it doesn't excuse what they did while kids were being hurt, and they knew it.